Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, as you all probably know by now, Halo Infinite's Season 3 update came out very recently, and with it came a new narrative event, and that narrative event included a cutscene where at the very end, it shows this door on the map Livefire getting damaged by grenade fire, revealing that it is in fact a secret ONI facility. Now, what was behind the door? Well, in a very recent video, I showed using Forge that behind the door is both nothing and something. As in, there is a giant underground cavern behind and underneath the door, which is also playable, I might add. A lot of playable space. But nothing as in, there's, actually, nothing in this cave. It's just an empty cave or underground cavern. So, what could be behind here is the question, really. So, me and my friend Basley, we got together and we decided to forge our own interpretation of what could be behind the door. And we started off by making it so that we can actually activate the switch and go behind the door, and from there, we built our own ONI facility behind the door and underground. So, that's what I'll be showing you guys for this video. And this is my first Forge map, so definitely curious what you guys think about it. But like I said, this is just our interpretation of what's behind the door. This is not actually anything that 343 put behind there, but because it is a huge open playable area and forgeable area, it did provide a huge opportunity and a fun opportunity to just kind of forge our own interpretation of what's back there. So I combined this with the event escalation slayer game mode so we can get this corruption effect across the map. But anyways, let's go behind the door. So just gotta activate that switch and it teleports us right behind the door to the other side. Now, from a third-person perspective, you might have noticed earlier that sometimes it looks like you're getting sucked into the door when you activate the switch. But the teleport method works best because, well, the door's not an actual forge object, so we can't actually make it open, so this is the next best thing. But anyways, once we come inside here, there is an elevator here, and we can just activate the switch to go down the elevator shaft and enter the secret underground ONI facility that we built here in Forge. So it took quite a bit to convert this underground cavern into a secret underground ONI facility, and I had to close off a lot of areas because not all of it, it's a wide open area, but not all of it is actually playable. There's a lot of barriers out here, or death barriers, and areas where you kind of get stuck and the game kind of glitches out. So this whole area you see, all the walled off, within the walled off area, this is the only playable area out here so far. So what we thought that an ONI facility would come with is, first of all, a nice little warm, cozy receptionist area once you enter the facility. You got a front desk here, some waiting areas, some chairs to sit down and relax, and there's some people here that would greet you at the front desk. But after you've checked in, then you are free to explore the rest of the ONI facility. Now, if you are interested in trying out this map and exploring around and kind of seeing what our interpretation of a secret underground ONI facility on Livefire could be, I'll probably make this public on my profile, and you could download it yourself and try it out. So definitely keep an eye out for that. So, knowing ONI in the Halo lore, they are not the nicest folks out there. They've done a lot of very shady and sketchy and even horrific things. So that's kind of the theme we were going for with this underground ONI facility, in that it's more of a secret underground ONI lab. So already we see that they have some Covenant species, or rather banished species now, like elites, grunts, brutes, in those holding tanks, and we got a jackal here, and going with ONI's history, we even have human test subjects in here, because, that's what ONI did with the Spartan program long ago, and there's no reason why they would stop now, when they've gotten such great results with the Spartan program. So, ONI, yeah, a lot of shady, horrific stuff. And of course, since this facility is supposed to be top secret and hidden underground, and no one was supposed to know about it, they were probably continuing to do some experiments down here, such as this elite that's held in this tank here, not only being studied, but being used for transfusions into these human test subjects. So, to be honest, we didn't really have an exact, definitive idea of what ONI was doing down here. We just kind of went off a bunch of like horror and sci-fi movies all pretty much combined together. So I guess what's going on here in this area of this facility is that ONI was trying to create like alien human hybrids, and that's what they were experimenting on here. But you know, this is not like actual lore or anything. This is kind of just like at first, you know, we're trying to build like an ONI facility, and we kind of went over the top with it and kind of made it a little comical, as my friend Basley said. But yeah, I mean, you know, knowing ONI, it's not out of the realm of possibility that they've experimented with some stuff like this. So that side was for alien human hybrids. This side, they're still doing other experiments, but this time, well, at first I wasn't quite sure where to go with this side, but eventually we kind of went in the direction of creating like a cybernetic human, you know, cyber robot hybrid, machine hybrid, something like that. And the way they're going about it is they've got a damaged sentinel here that they're experimenting on, but they're not just studying it, they've got some humans hooked up to it. And well, I don't know, I guess you could interpret it as they're trying to do some mind transfer, mind control thing. But yeah, that's basically what we've interpreted ONI as doing. But I don't actually know if this is where the narrative event is gonna go. I mean, this might be a little over the top even for ONI, but you never know. It does kind of seem like the narrative event does kind of seem like there's some kind of dark secret being hidden, and Spartan Din knows something about it, and ONI's continuing to do that, and he's going to expose them for that. But I have no idea. But I have no doubt that eventually, as the story continues, or the narrative event continues, in whenever the next update is for it, that we'll find out what's behind that door, and it will be officially opened at some point. But for now, we have our little interpretation here that's made in Forge, and it was quite fun to build this. But it was very challenging building down here, because even though it's a playable area, it's very glitchy to forge down here, and it took quite a while to get all this stuff. But yeah, so that's basically it for the ONI facility. We can now go back up. You might have noticed earlier that coming down, the elevator was very bumpy, but going back up it's smooth, and that's some weird thing with Halo Infinite's physics, so we couldn't really find a way to fix that. And also, what's interesting is that the corruption around the map that you get for playing the event version of Escalation Slayer, it actually does affect a lot of this custom forge stuff that's around the map, and even in a little bit inside the ONI facility. But yeah, so that basically wraps it up for this video. Hopefully you guys thought this map was pretty cool. Like I said, it was my very first map, so I'd definitely like to hear your feedback on it. But I'd also like to hear your theories and thoughts about what's behind the door. What's ONI hiding down there? What could be in that secret ONI facility? Do you think it's some kind of lab that they experiment on people or things, or you think it's something else? Let me know in the comments down below. But aside from that, if you enjoyed this video and found it to be interesting, then as always, make sure to leave a like. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.